Hello, my name is Wolfman Nabs, and welcome to the Diablo Loop of Death, otherwise known as the Atos Wall of Death. Today's contest is between the four primary candidates for the British general election 2015. What will be happening is that each candidate will commission a stunt driver to take on the contest on their behalf. The driver has to drive up and down the Diablo Wall of Death and survive. But generally speaking, most of the stunt drivers are killed. Let's see if the contestants, David Cameron, Ed Miliband, Nick Clegg and Nigel Farage, have managed to hire stunt drivers with sufficient skill and experience to complete the course without being killed and to achieve the greatest number of laps. I'd like to introduce Hazel Bunny, who's going to be your commentator for the race. Hazel Bunny, it's good of you to come on.
Good to be here, and I'll put the carrots down for a few seconds.
Now, what we're going to do is just give a demonstration of how the thing works, the race works. We've got here our own stunt driver, and he's just going to do one lap. There he is, there's the stunt driver.
Oh, he's looking relaxed there, looking relaxed.
You may be interested to know that all the stunt drivers are single men between the ages of 25 and 30. None of them are allowed to have dependents, or rather they're selected for not having dependents, so they have no children and they have no wives or girlfriends who will grieve them should they die in the contest. Now we're coming to the most dangerous part of the loop. It really depends on how the front wheel hits the ground. And now it's going to throw him out. It hasn't thrown him out, but he's buckling backwards. He's buckling backwards. Will the vehicle land upside down? It hasn't landed upside down. It's settling back down onto the ground, and which could be good news for our stunt driver. Yes, I think he's quite safe now. Look, he's coming through the spot. It's only us to one lap.
Thank God, poor soul. And here we are, the first race of the day is Cameron in support of the Conservative Conniving Bastard Party, driving a load of bullshit. The name of the car is a load of bullshit, and he hopes to win. It's a nice day, there's some clouds. Member of the Burlington Club, as you remember, the club where they used to drink champagne and then go out and smash up pieces of public art. But now he's reformed and he's now the Prime Minister, hoping for a second term. And we're off. And Cameron, stunt driver, and the conniving bastard, driving the conniving bastard. And here we go. Oh, there's a little bump. And we're off. And we're on the climb. Look at Cameron there. He looks like a guy you can trust. That'll be right. Do you know that he is I think he's the great nephew, or a nephew of the Queen, Ordinary Dave. And here we go, yes. Here we go. And he's climbing. Oh, here we go. Is he going to get over the wall of the Atos Wall of Death? Oh, and we're through. He's hanging in there, Of course, he's hanging in there with support from many, many different people. Oh. And here we go. Oh, he's pushing. They say that only cream and bastards rise. And here we go again. He's down the bottom. And it's over. It's all over. It has to be over. Oh my! My goodness.
I think he's goner.
He's a goner, yeah. Off to A&E for the stunt driver from Tory Party, and that's a shame. Oh, and I think there's a head injury, definitely a head injury there. Oh, and a spinal injury. Yep. He's getting a wheelchair out of this. And sadly, it's over for the Conservatives.
So there's only just one lap there achieved. And I suspect you will find that the driver's dead. Which basically means that it'll be a -5. So his result, Cameron's result, will be a -4. What do you think, Farage?
I think a -4 has been too kind to them. I should feel sorry for the poor stunt driver. However, he should have known better than to get into bed with those ratbags. I'm sorry if I'm a bit of a bitter bunny, but one has to speak one's mind. Now we will take a few seconds while we go and mop his poor body up from the Atos War of Death, and we'll be back with you in a few seconds.
There we are, we've got the score here. Yep. David Cameron's score is a -4.
Well, I think that's not bad, considering the mess they've made of the country previously, and a -4 is probably a good score for them. And here's another -4 before he begins. Here is Miliband. As I said earlier on, Miliband is the kind of guy who could come around and fix a computer, but run a country, I'm not sure. He hopes to become the next Prime Minister. Let's see how he gets on, and let's see how his poor stunt driver, who is, I think his stunt driver called Jim Murphy. Jim Murphy here might be. He's not even strapped in, poor old Jim. I think poor old Jim could be in serious trouble here, and of course Miliband will support him when the shit hits the fan. And here we go, we're on the ramp. The little Labour rose of duplicity there, and here we go, we're on the ramp. And the Atos War of Death takes on another contestant. There's little Jim Murphy there hanging on. Come on, Jim, come on. Pretend you're concerned, Jim. Hang on, hang on. Well, there you go, there's... Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? Oh, I think he's... he may do it, I thought he was away there, I thought Jim Murphy was gone. Gone. No, he's still doing it. He's got... This will be his second loop if he manages this. And here we go. I think we're in trouble now. If it makes this, I'll be quite surprised. After all, considering what the Labour Party have done for the populace, considering what they intend to do, which is absolutely nothing, I'm quite surprised they're still here on the Wall of Death. And by a stroke of genius, they're still hanging on, but I think he's gone. He's hanging on, Murphy's hanging on by the skin of his teeth.
We have 2 laps done.
My God. Who would have thought it? The kind of guy who would come and fix your computer has done 2 laps of the Atos Wall of Death. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're a bit steep on that descent there. Oh, I think we're... Oh, he's doing really well. And he's up again.
Unbelievable.
You would think that Murphy would give up, considering he's already sold his arse to the right wing of the Labour Party, and he's about to betray the populace of Scotland yet again, who apparently one time previously, I don't know if you know this, but he accused the populace of Scotland of not having the brains to make the right choices during the independence election, and who would vote for a man like that? And here he goes again. No, he's still clinging on.
4 laps.
I can't believe it. I'm actually stunned to the top of my rabbit ears, to my little bunny tail. Oh, and he's gone. I think he's gone. My goodness. Is he gone? Oh, it must be coming. Gravity must take him. Oh, he's hanging on.
Surely he's going to fall out now.
He's got to fall out, yeah. Well, I think Jim Murphy, after this election, will have much of a fallout. It's okay, because he doesn't want to get rid of 0-hour contracts. He just wants a fund to help fund people who are starving to death on 0-hour contracts. So if he doesn't make this Wall of Death this time around, I think Jim Murphy will be on a 0 contract himself.
Well, we'll see. such an unpredictable
Aye.
contest if you survive.
Oh.
8 laps.
8 laps. I can't believe the Labour Party have managed to get 8 laps out of such flimsy, out of such a flimsy machine.
And what was Cameron's result?
Oh, I think it was negative 4, eh?
Negative 4.
Not that I'm a fan of Cameron. Oh, he's away! Oh, Jim Murphy, it must be painful. Bye. Oh, there he goes. We poor old Jim. Hi. Oh, that's Jim. I think he's reached oblivion.
He looks like he's a goner.
It's all, oh no, it's all going to land on him. Oh yes, the Labour Party mechanism has landed back on Jim Murphy. I think it's over.
Well, I suspect with his death, that will be -5. So his total score, Labour Party's total score will be 3.
3, you think it's 3 in Bill? I think you might be right there. But 3 for that. Poor old Jim Murphy. Goodbye, Jim.
I just had confirmation that the driver was definitely dead.
And just like some of the policies that he was pursuing, poor old Jim. Oh, and it's going to reverse. Oh, it stopped. It's luckily. We thought it was going to reverse over the top of Jim there as well, just to teach him a lesson.
Yep.
It's astonishing. Miliband score +3.
And the Tories have scored -4.
-4. It's a bit worrying. The force of reaction might actually win more points than the forces of betrayal. And here we are with the Liberal. It's called the colour is yellow, but it's not actually yellow as we would see. Yellow as in a yellow streak down the back of the Liberal Party policies and principles, considering that Nick Calamity Clegg, as you remember, did sell out the students, signed up, put his nom de plume to a policy which he had no intention of supporting, but now he's trying to convince students recently that he's the man to follow. And we'll see how it got on. I may have to eat my words here, I hope not, but Calamity Clegg and his stunt driver are off. And we're climbing now to the heady heights, not of coalition government, but to the wall of death, the Atos wall of death. And of course, Liberals are always concerned about these things, blaming the Tories, but they did sit next to them and sign off on some of these things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Nick at this point in proceedings. I think he might even make one circle. He always looks hopeful. He always has the Teflon look of a man who I think a wee bump there. Oh, I think the Liberals are gone. This surprise, it'll be a miracle. Oh, look, in fact, it's a miracle.
You have 1 lap.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I think that's exactly what the Liberals need, is a wee miracle. Oh, I think we're away now. Oh, no, he's still hanging on. He's hanging on. A bit like when you step in something in the street and you think, what's that? And then you realise it's you that stepped in it. There it is, Nick Clegg. Oh, somebody might say, oh, there's a terrible smell in the room, and you go, okay, it's just Nick Clegg. Here we go again. He's on, I think it's a third lap. I don't know what's keeping that poor stunt driver in the car.
I think it's the Lib Dem no-go, actually.
It's hanging on to him. Yeah, I see. It's nice to jam him in the guy.
Like an airbag.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yes, indeed, and yet. Oh, they're hanging on. They're hanging on. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at it. Look at the suspension on that that Liberal car. There it would suggest that what they do is hopefully they'll spring back from any terrible policy that they ever come up and support. As has been said before. And here we go. They're up again.
5 laps.
5 laps for the duplicitous Liberal Party. It may interest you to know that the Liberal Party are a bit like the men at the crucifixion of Jesus in the Life of Brian, where one would say crucifixion. No, oh, that's lovely. Oh, anyway. Oh, how can the Liberals survive this?
Hazel, look at this, look at this. You see, his head has gone through
Yeah.
the bottom of the vehicle.
Oh, he's got to be dead now. How can that man keep going? He's basically kissed his own arse goodbye.
That's it. I think that's it.
Oh my God! If they make this, it's over. It's all over for the Liberals. That's a shame, Nick. Not. Calamity Clegg by name and Calamity Clegg by nature. The driver is certainly not going to survive this. But it's okay. The NHS have been pledged more money by the Liberals in this election, so everything's fine then. Bye-bye, Nick. Of course, you know that Nick's not going to take the blame for any of this.
You know, the driver, I've been told, was an HIV sufferer.
Was he? Yeah.
And he agreed to do this because he didn't think he'd go and survive another year anyway.
Ah, I see, because of that, yeah. Because they privatised everything out of sight. I don't know, you're not profitable if you're unwell, I think.
So Nick Clegg scores +2.
+2, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe Nick Clegg, Calamity Clegg, has managed to get +2.
So he's up, but he's still one behind Miliband.
Yep, it looks like that's how close the race is so far. Oh, there's the UKIP. That happy, the party of joy and happiness and inclusion. It's all Europe's fault, apparently. Apparently, Nigel used to be a banker.
A wanker?
A banker. No, not a wanker, a banker. It sounds the same. I'd like to call him a wanker, but wank's good fun.
I think some of their candidates have been proposing that disabled fetuses be aborted, and that the parents of disabled fetuses should be forced
to get rid of the yeah, because these people are all perfect. Who else said that? I wonder. The search for perfection, and then the UKIP. The UKIP, the lovely kind of purple of UKIP. Purple's meant to be a soothing colour. It isn't surprising that poor David Icke used to like purple as well. He'll be a bit disappointed that his favourite colour has been hijacked by Nigel Farage. And here we go. And the little the little UKIP wagon. I almost said Nazi there. I'm sorry, that would be too obvious. But the little UKIP motorbike is now. Oh, it's almost there. A good close up. There's Nigel there. Nigel. No cigarettes and no beer from there. He is driving. I'm sure. If he thought he could get away with it, he'd have a wee beer there. And here we go round to the. Oh, they've made it. Oh, I think. Oh, that's. Oh my God! I can't believe it. They haven't even done a full circuit. The driver has been crushed by the UKIP logo, and it's certainly that is a spinal injury. That is definitely a spinal injury. But don't worry, Nigel wants to charge you £20 to visit your doctor, your GP. That's one of their proposals. So if you vote UKIP, he's not even going to get. He's not even going to get treatment, but it'll cost him £20 just to see his GP. And I think it's all over for. Sadly, it's all over for the stunt driver, and certainly it's all over for Nige.
0 laps.
That's it, poor old Nige.
Because the rules, which I forgot to mention, is that the back wheel must also touch the ground after completing the circuit for it to count as a lap. And
unfortunately, the body of the stunt driver is he's been ground down into dust by the back wheel, and I'm afraid, Nigel, it's over.
-5.
Well, that's unfortunate for them. I'm sure they'll find something to blame for that. Is it not foreigners to blame for that anyway? And foreigner workers who built that car are not cheap enough. That's the thing, isn't it?
It's ironic, really, when you consider that Farage is actually descended from foreign immigrants. He is, in fact, of Huguenot and German extraction. I mean, he's not exactly a pure Brit, is he? Of course, he is white. That probably makes a difference. UKIP's brand of immigrant bashing tends to focus on black and Asian immigrants or Slavic immigrants. I mean, if UKIP were to win the election and form the next government, you can be damn sure that they won't be deporting white Americans or Canadians, Australians, New Zealanders or Western Europeans, provided of course they have white skins.
Nigel, with your cigar and your beer.
And here we have the final results.
Yeah, we think stunningly, David Cameron did one lap. His death of a driver cost him -5, but the Tories are fabulous at blaming other people and particularly meting out death of drivers who may drive that policy. They're good at blaming each other. I wonder if you noticed this week that Andy Coulson, who was once David Cameron's media officer, is going to court for perjury again. Well, that's a nice thing to know that he's got the full support of the Prime Minister. And look, there's Ed Miliband. Stunningly enough, he's on +3, even though we thought he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it, unfortunately. However, he may get there, and we'll watch them do the things that they need to do, like betraying the working class again. There's Nick Clegg, who supports nobody but Nick Clegg and the Liberal Party. Calamity Clegg, as he's known. He's on +2, surprisingly. However, I think the more interesting, for bunnies like me, the more interesting score is Nigel Farage. For all his poisonous, racist, apologist, neo-Nazi stuff, he has -5. So let's hope that the British public, particularly in England down south, have the brains to keep monsters like him out. It may interest you to know that in the 1930s people laughed at the Nazis and said, oh, they're a silly party, they wear funny colours, and people made deals with them, and before we knew where that would end up. And Nigel, I'm sure, wants to privatise everything. I know that he wants to basically privatise the NHS, but basically charge you for going to see a doctor, and it's okay, because the people who vote for him will be the people who most need of a doctor, and you know where that's going, don't you? Well, this is me, Bunny, signing off. It's been my great pleasure to look at the Wall of Death, the Atlas Wall of Death, and the predicted winner of the elections. Here's hoping. You never know.
Well, thank you, Hazel Bunny, and we'll let you get back to your carrots.
Thank you very much. Well, £20
£20 carrots.